Hi, it's Aurelius. In this video, you're going to learn how to start an e-commerce online business in 5 steps. More specifically, you're going to learn how to sell physical products. And what I'll walk you through are these steps, such as validating an idea, to sourcing products and suppliers, good quality ones that is, and then choosing a suitable platform where you can sell your products. So that all sounds good. Stay tuned and watch this video. Okay, let's get straight to step number 1, which is identifying a business idea. With any business in general, it's good to start one that you're actually passionate about, and therefore will make it a lot easier for you to actually run, manage and scale your business. If it's a product or business that you don't really believe in, it's going to make it a whole lot harder for you to go wake up each morning and then try to think of ways on selling your product. So therefore, what I recommend you do is to start with your interests, passions, or hobbies. So look at the space that you're in, the industry that you're in. So let's say you're in fitness, but as you know, there are many other subjects when it comes to fitness. But the best type of product you could create or sell is one that actually fulfills and offers a solution to your own problems. Now, let's say you have no idea what you want to sell. You could start by seeing what's trending, what's already selling online. That should give you some insight and some ideas as to where to start. The best place for me is to go straight to Amazon. On Amazon, all you need to do is just go through the categories, and that'll definitely give you more ideas. So let's say we are going to go health and household, and under health and household, you have baby and child care, you've got household supplies, oral care, personal care. So let's choose sports nutrition for this example. And the great thing about researching through Amazon is that they also provide these subcategories, which also gives you more ideas. Under sports nutrition, you've got things like pre-workout, you've got protein and weight gainers. I've just selected nutrition bars, and then under nutrition bars, you can see there are endurance and energy bars, food bars, and protein bars. I'll get into more detail in terms of researching your idea later in step 2, but step 1 is just getting an idea and brainstorming as to what you could potentially sell. And with that said, let's move on to step number 2, which is market research. This step is crucial before you move ahead with anything or purchase any products. The planning is what I'd say is like the 80%. You want to spend as much time with the research, planning, and validating. There are a couple of ways you can validate your idea, and you could either do a pre-sale, kind of like a Kickstarter campaign where you can get a gauge as to whether that product has some interest. This could be done with a bit of market research with your potential audience and getting them perhaps to do a survey for something in exchange. And a couple of ways in which you can validate your idea and to see how many people are actually searching for that product or that keyword term, you can use a couple of tools, which I'll show you right now. The first tool is to use Google's Keyword Planner tool. Now, if you don't have a Google Ads account, sign up, it's free. All you need is a Google account and then making sure you sign up for Google Ads. Once you're logged into the dashboard, you'll see at the top here, it says tools and settings. Look for Keyword Planner. That's the tool that you want. Next, what we're going to do is click on discover new keywords. And then this is where you can start searching for that keyword or key phrase. In this video demonstration, what I'm going to search for is massage gun, and I'll use this throughout the video too. So I've entered massage gun, and you can also target based on the geographical location. In this case, it's United States, and you can add as many other countries as you want. Next, I'm going to click on Get Results. The first keyword is always the primary keyword or key phrase that you search for. In this case, mine's massage gun. And the next column right here is average monthly searches. This will give you an indication as to how many times that key phrase gets searched on Google. In this case, there's 100,000 to 1 million searches per month. I'm not going to run through all the other columns, but this is the main thing you want to search for. You just want to validate and see how many searches, engage how many people are actually searching for it on Google. For this key phrase, there's a ton of keywords, so there's no denying that this niche or product in itself is something that a lot of people are searching for. In terms of the minimum amount or average amount of searches per month, I don't have a one-size-fits-all or a rule of thumb. It all depends on your product and your market and your geographical location of where your audience is at and who you want to sell it to. But since we are dealing with basically worldwide customers, then you should be basing it based on that. Another keyword tool that you can use is wordtracker.com, which is free to use. And of course, there is an upgrade giving you more details. So you can see these ones need to be unlocked. All you need to do is just enter your main keyword, and then you can search whether that's on Google, Amazon, YouTube, or on eBay, which may be relevant, of course, if you're selling on one of these other platforms. And what you want to look at is the volume. This is the number of times it gets searched per month. And finally, another tool that you can use is Google Trends. Simply search for that key phrase again, and then you can get a grasp as to whether this product is something that's trending or is it declining. You can select the country and how much data you want. So in this case, it's past 12 months. I can go back all the way, let's say past 5 years, but massage guns didn't exist 5 years ago based on my knowledge, but you can see there's zero interest. And as we're coming close to 2020, there's a spike here and then it declines a bit. So this can help you gauge whether this is something you should go for or not. Now, another thing you don't want to miss is to go on the actual platform to search for whether people are already selling that product and how saturated it is. So let's say you are planning to sell on eBay or on Amazon, go to those sites and just get a feel for what's out there already, whether it's saturated or not. And perhaps you can see a gap or something that you can make a little different with the product, perhaps make it a bit more custom. And speaking of products, let's move on to step 3, which is sourcing products to sell. Now, the number one place where you can go to source products is none other than alibaba.com. Before I continue on with the nitty-gritty of what to look for with the products and the suppliers, I want to introduce to you alibaba.com's March Expo, which runs from March 1st to the 31st. As you know, physical trade shows and conventions are not possible in this day and age, which is why alibaba.com has this expo that they have where all these suppliers come and gather and share live streams of their products in real time, so you can get a feel for what they have to offer. And as well as they have a thing called TrueView, which gives you a closer look of their products. So if you're on the lookout for products that you can sell and what's trending, what's hot, and you want to see examples of it, then look at the March Expo. And as you see, there are live streams and you can view some of the products in TrueView, some of the new trends as well. But if I click on live stream, you'll see some of the live streams that are happening right now. At the moment, there's this heat press machine. And if you have missed a live stream, not to worry, there are also replays that you can go back to and watch. There are also live ones that you can see right here if we scroll down. And at the bottom, there are some upcoming live streams, as you can see. And just very quickly, I want to list down some of the things that you can expect from the March Expo, which runs from March 1st to March 31st. There are over 1 million new products with trending features and limited discounts, 50,000 selected suppliers participating, over 6,000 data-driven top-selling lists, over 4,000 live streams, and much more. So what's good about this expo? Well, the benefits are you get free shipping by alibaba.com. There's on-time delivery guarantee and delivery duty paid where customs and import duties are included. Of course, terms and conditions apply. If you're on the lookout to seeing what products are trending, what categories are trending, then I recommend you turn to the Trend Hunter. I'll provide a link to these pages, by the way, in the description below. The March Expo Trend Hunter is a guide to the top 10 trending products in selected categories such as fashion, electronics, beauty, and much more. All these trending products are based on alibaba.com's data, such as the search volume that it gets, the number of orders and buyers that it gets, and also the daily active visitors that it gets. And if you're on the lookout to find the highest quality suppliers out there, then turn to the Elite Partner event, which basically they go through every month. Alibaba goes and celebrates 10 global suppliers for their technical excellence and brand capabilities. And to become an elite partner of alibaba.com, these suppliers do need to run through some rigorous kind of filters, such as having to be verified and authenticated. They need to have an overall rating of this score, and suppliers need to have an average response time and rate. They also need to have over 5 years experience and much more. Now, going back to the video, I'm going to show you what to look for when you are sourcing products on alibaba.com, the suppliers, what filters you should use in terms of searching for that particular product. In this example, I'm going to use massage gun again, but as you go and search, you'll see some suggestions. We've got massage gun that is 6-speed. You've got a massage gun that's a mini version. And when you highlight over it, you'll then see kind of subcategories of that. And you can see for body, online technical support, return replacement. So these are the irrelevant things at the moment. what I'm searching for. But you can see massage gun 20 speed with timing control. One's with an LCD screen. Now, what to look for and what search filters to use. What I recommend you do, and perhaps almost always, is to look for suppliers with trade assurance. You can verify by hovering over this listing or whatever listing you are keen on. We've got trade assurance enabled and also verified. So in order to filter and get less results and just get the ones who are actually verified and have trade assurance, make sure you select the checkbox right here where it says supplier types and also verified supplier. That'll narrow it down to only those with these specifications. Trade assurance gives you peace of mind knowing that you'll get a quality product, on-time shipping, payment security, and the ability to dispute your order. Another thing to look for is how many years they've been in operation. The way to tell is to just look here. In this case, this supplier has been in operation for 14 years. I recommend suppliers with a minimum of 3 years in business. You can see with this listing, they have 1 year in operation with alibaba.com. So I would rather go with someone who's got more years of experience on alibaba.com and I've served more customers in general. You've also got this performance gauge, so supplier online performance index. Of course, the more the better. To get more details of a particular product, just click on one of the products. You'll get specifications like the colors that are available to buy, and on the left you see a video demonstration and some additional images of it. On the right, you'll see that they are a verified supplier with all these other information, such as the response time or average response time. You've got the number of transactions as well, and this on-time delivery rate. Another thing you may be interested in is customizing the product, and you can look at that by going here where it says customization. So you can add your own logo to that product and also customize the packaging. So the box and the packaging that your customer gets. So rather than generic packaging, you can actually get it customized. Now, if you haven't already, I did do another alibaba.com video tutorial for beginners. And in that video, I ran through some of the things you need to look for when choosing suppliers and how to contact them and what to communicate across. If you're interested, and I do recommend you watch that first, make sure to check this video right here. Check that out, watch that video before you move ahead. Scrolling down, you'll find more specifications in terms of this product. In my other video, I did suggest to contact 5 suppliers. So narrow down your searches by 5 suppliers, get in contact with them so that you can communicate, compare prices, see what the best deal is, and just get an overall feel for what it's like, talking with them and whether they are professional or not. And in that video, I provided a list of questions that you should be asking suppliers so that you can know things like what's the minimum order and what's the minimum deposit you should be putting up front so that they can start production, the delivery and shipping costs, things like that. So go ahead and watch that. I'll also provide a link to that video in the description below. And what's important is to make sure you buy samples beforehand before you actually buy 100 units, 1,000 units, or some ridiculous amount. You want to get a feel for that actual product. You want to see it, you want to feel it and see if it's a product that your customers will be happy using. And after that, once you're completely satisfied with the product and you're clear on the terms with the supplier, go ahead and order. Once you have your product, it's now time to actually sell your product. So step 4 is choosing a platform to sell your products on. I'm going to share 3 different ways. The first way is through Amazon FBA. Alternatively, there are other fulfillment services depending on the country that you live in and if they even offer fulfillment services. The way it works, basically, you are going to deliver all your products to that fulfillment company, whether that's Amazon or something else. The great thing about using Amazon FBA or other fulfillment services is that they do the packing and delivering for you. And one of the benefits, of course, with selling through Amazon is you're leveraging off of their brand and tapping into a global, worldwide audience. Another perk is that Amazon handles the customer service and any returns or refunds that are required. And another perk is that you're going to save on storage space because using these fulfillment companies, basically they're going to house it in their warehouse. Now, there are downsides in terms of selling through Amazon. For example, basically, you're not going to have as much control over how you want your product presented. You're going to have to follow their guidelines and their formatting so that it is consistent with the rest of the website. And in general, you'll be paying higher fees by using something like Amazon FBA. For beginners to start with, I think Amazon FBA is a great route because you don't want to mess around with code or mess around with platforms or e-commerce stores. And once you're ready to scale, then you can move on to selling through your own website, which I'll talk about next. The second method or platform that you can use to sell your products is using Shopify or WooCommerce, which integrates with WordPress. The benefits of selling through your own website is that you get to keep more in your pocket and you have more control over the pricing and how you want it to look, of course. You can scale your profit more because you're able to cross-sell and upsell perhaps better than Amazon, even though Amazon do a good job of cross-selling already. And the best part about selling to your own website is that the store belongs to you. You have complete control over it. Now, on the flip side, you're going to have to do the marketing and advertising yourself because you're not going to be leveraging off of platforms like Amazon. And that doesn't mean even if you're going to go the Amazon route that you don't have to do any marketing. Of course, you have to do marketing in general, but basically you're going to have to build your reputation and build that brand awareness so people will get to know what your brand is, what it's about, so that they are aware of what products you actually sell. Now, the third platform that you can use to sell your products is none other than eBay. And you probably already know the pros and cons of using eBay, but in general, basically you're going to be leveraging off of a global audience, so worldwide, if you do want to ship worldwide, and the eBay brand. You're also able to add a bit of marketing budget to sponsored ads, so you get to push your listings up and show that to a wider audience. And just like Amazon, you don't need a website or domain name or setting up things like Shopify or other e-commerce platforms. The disadvantages of using eBay is that they have a range of fees like the listing fee, you've got the final value fee, and also listing upgrades if you do want to do things like boost and get your listing up on the ranks. Another disadvantage compared to Amazon FBA or fulfillment service is that you have to actually hold the stock, which means more storage costs or space in your garage or whatnot. And you're responsible for handling customer support, shipping, delivery, and all the costs involved with that. The final step once your product's up and running is to, of course, market your product and to actually get some sales. If you're going the Amazon or eBay route, then you want to make sure that your listings, your title and description, everything that has to do with search engine optimization, you want to make sure those are all optimized. This comes back to keyword research and seeing what people are searching for. And you can use, again, like tools like Word Tracker to find those keywords and then make sure you have that in your title of the listings and the description. If you are going to sell through your own website, then you can use some paid methods as well as free methods. The paid methods are the most obvious, and that is to use Facebook and Instagram ads or other advertising platforms. What I love about these advertising platforms is that you can do retargeting. So anyone who has visited that specific product page or your homepage, you can then retarget those visitors. And you might have seen this elsewhere on other websites where you see that product where you visited or you were keen on buying, then you see that same product image or that banner on another website. And that's what retargeting is, and the great thing about using advertising platforms. What's more is that you can work around your budget. So let's say you only want to fork out about $10 a day on advertising, then go with that. And as you scale up, you can increase that budget. The free method, but does take more time, is of course building an audience, which I highly recommend you do because that's more organic. You build relationships with your audience and your potential customers. One of the other important things you should do is to leverage email marketing. So build an email subscriber base. At the end of the day, you don't want to be at the mercy of social media platforms if you're building on one platform, or if your site or your store is all on Amazon or all on eBay. If anything happens, let's say they shut your store down or shut your social media accounts, you can fall back on your email marketing subscriber base. The benefit of email marketing is that if you have, let's say, a new product, you can announce it right away. You can follow up on your customers, and those who visit your website, you don't lose those visitors as long as they opt in to your newsletter, of course. I've got a range of tutorials around email marketing. I'll link it up in the description below because it's something I truly believe in, and it's something I've done for the past 13, 14 years already. So it's a powerful marketing tool that you shouldn't miss. And the fact of the matter is it's the highest return on investment channel out there as opposed to using something like social media. So those are a couple of tips to marketing your product. Of course, these things won't happen overnight. Each of these core steps that I shared do take some time, but I would make sure that you follow steps 1 and 2. Make sure you spend more time on that because the planning and research is crucial. That pretty much wraps up this video. I hope you got value from it. And if you did, by all means, hit that like button and do watch my other video in terms of getting started with alibaba.com. That'll give you a more thorough, detailed look as to, what products to search for and what to communicate across to these potential suppliers that you'll go with. All the links I'll provide in the description below. But for now, thanks so much for watching and I'll catch you in the next one.